Our next contestant is Zvika Goldstein from Mellie. Mellie's mission statement and vision enables any family to provide better care for their loved ones at a time of need.
Hey everyone, we'll talk about better family care. I'm Zvika Goldstein, CEO and co-founder of Mellie. These are my two partners in crime. We used to work together as a team for many years and decided recently, 2 years ago, to join forces and really focus on a mission we're all really passionate about, which is caregiving. And those of you that don't know anything about caregiving, good for you. Unfortunately, statistically, you're very likely to find out about caregiving at some point of your life. And it's a challenge that, this statement is something that really influenced us and inspired us as we started this company, understanding this challenge. There are 54 million family caregivers, unprofessional caregivers in North America alone. And there are all kinds of macro trends influencing it, but three main ones that I would call out. Life expectancy is increasing. 79.1 was last year, life expectancy in the US. There's a huge shortage of professional caregivers. 1/6 of the workforce in the professional caregiving space quit during COVID. And people prefer to age at home. Our parents, my parents, prefer to age at home. According to AARP, 76% of people above the age of 65 prefer to stay in their houses instead of going to senior living. Now, we talked with north of 50 different families in the US alone to try to understand the problem they're facing when they're providing care to their loved ones. And we saw three main problems that came up in almost all conversation. First one, what do I do? Huge knowledge gap, huge educational gap. Some people mentioned it earlier today. Second, getting things done is not that simple. Even if you have all the information that you need, you're still stuck in execution. And caregiving is an operational thing. You need to run this operation, continuously provide care, and not that simple to coordinate and communicate across all of it. The challenge we saw from a technology perspective is pretty substantial. If you think about the family caregiver, unprofessional caregiver, they don't really have access to the quality data they need at the time of need. They wander around. How do you gather all this data, build a taxonomy that makes sense, and make it logical for them? How do you find the proximity of care? All the information out there, the service providers, the products, the benefits, and really everything they need to know, and then match it to the case details and the constraints of the family. I have a great sound background, right? Very lucky. So all of that together is really the technology that we had to build. And let me show you how it's working. That's where you come in. So Mellie really is about supporting the caregiver. Maria Jones is the caregiver. Shirley Shell will be the care recipient. Let me show you how the quick intake is looking. Basically, we gather information. This information is helping us to feed our algorithm and really trigger what you'll see in a minute, which is a personalized care plan. All this information is dynamic. The intake is dynamic. We ask about the symptoms. We ask about the state condition or develop the state condition. We ask about the insurance policy of the parent. If we have it, we can scan it automatically and generate all the relevant information. And essentially, we also ask about the person on the other side, which is the caregiver. The care plan you'll see right now is automatically generated. It's basically touching all the relevant resources that this family needs right now and connect the family to those things with clear activation. Everything we'll give them will lead them to action. It can be products, it can be information, it can be services, everything that the family currently needs based on the information we gathered. All of it is vetted by our team and dynamically updated as things change in the ecosystem. So you see example for legal, you see example for other things. Everything is prioritized for them, very easily digestible and simplified. We also provide a ton of tools. We have a safe environment to chat. We have proprietary content we provide. We have the vault where you can store documents, and we have medication planning and reminders for the family. Now, it's all software. It sounds amazing, but there are people behind it. We have a professional care coordinators and care managers available. They can talk with them from the solution, from the platform, or they can just schedule a meeting with them at any time they need. So this is Mellie. Our go-to-market is really divided into two folds. First one is the health plans. Why health plans? Health plans are covering the patients. Why would we go there? Mainly because it's proven already clinically that the family caregivers is one of the critical blind spots these payers have. And the more they're educated, the more they're knowledgeable, you see specific results in different type of KPIs. 28 less likely to use ER, 32% lower inpatient hospital, 25% reduction in readmission, and 50% reduction in fall risk. Now, we're also going after employers, mainly because 1/5 of the US workforce is dealing with caregiving in some capacity. And here you see 11% reduction in productivity, 6 days of absence annually, and 8% quit their job, going up to 10% in case of dementia and Alzheimer. The market we're tapping is massive and continue to grow. I won't go through all the numbers. I'll just say we're touching at least 2 of those already, and we have a ton of additional opportunities to go after. Our key differentiators is really our care taxonomy that I share with you. The way we build the data and structure it give us unbeatable scale and a massive time to go after. And the caregiving OS, which is what we introduced to the caregivers, really helping them to operate. We raised $3 million 2 years ago, and we closed our first clients in 2023. Only employers. Now we're shaping our go-to-market to the health plans and raising now in our seed round and planning to grow rapidly. We have a great team of advisors supporting us, and we already have good testimonials from both employers on one end and many customers that get the value that we build this company for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tzvika. Judges, Jonathan, Dudi. Go ahead.
Yeah. Platform. We believe that the services that are currently available in the market can be automated. And a lot of things we're doing, basically taking the care manager role and automate as much as we can out of it. So call it SaaS. In terms of gross margin, we're probably more SaaS than anything else, more than tech-enabled solutions, I guess. There is competition. There are multiple companies. Some of them exist from 2015. Most of the companies in the space are services companies that built a great army of care coordinators, not software-first companies that built a data repository they can build a platform on top. It's a fundamental difference in how you build basically the offering. It allows us to compete on price point and build a very healthy gross margin down the road. Well, they don't really provide platform, and many of the things that we're doing are not in the NGOs. I mean, you won't find them providing all the depth of solution that we provide. And some of them are partnering with us and want to white label our solution, so I'm very familiar with their offering. We have not connected to EMRs yet, but it's definitely on our vision. We see the opportunity there because the data that we bring home is very relevant and interesting for them in many ways, and something we think about down the road. I see. The physician is not working on the app unless the family allows them to connect the app, first of all. So they can bring them into the app and say, hey, go ahead and start using it. We have not done it by design. We didn't go to providers and basically introduce them the app, but it's something we talked about. Currently, the family is doing it, or our team is doing it, if needed.
I actually have one question. You mentioned it in one sentence. Sounds like you have several opportunities to monetize. Can you elaborate a bit more on them?
Yeah, when we started building the solution, we saw that there's a lot of access. We do a lot of referrals, and clearly you can monetize a lot of the things that we're doing there. We decided not to do it, not to damage the trust with the end user, and by design, we wanted to build a system that is really helping the caregivers versus helping ourselves just to make money on top of them.
Sounds great. Thank you, Tzvika.
Thank you.